Good morning. I'm back here as usual every day answering your questions. Thank you for sending me your questions. Most of them are coming from readers of You Are the Universe, Discovering Your Cosmic Self and Why It Matters. And I'm very grateful for your support. However, you can send me any question on any topic, and the email address is info@jayo.com, info@jayo.com. So once again, info@jayo.com. Rishikesh Dikshit, namaste. Okay, so today's question is from somebody called Bufa Sirinarang, also called Ruby. So she says, Dear Deepak, 2 years ago, I began my PhD in teaching and technology. During my studies, I became very stressed and my health deteriorated. I started having stomach pains and got paranoid about having serious ailments, which led me to do a CT scan. After that, I lost weight and had to get more checkups. Luckily, nothing was found and I was prescribed antidepressants, which I refused to take. I kept postponing my assignments, and the professor, knowing my weaknesses, would throw tantrums at me and refuse to meet when I was in need. I took a break and stopped studying. I started reading again and came across your book, You Are the Universe. Thank you, Ruby. The book helped me think through many things. After a very difficult 1 year, I decided to quit my PhD and took up teaching at a university. I'm passionate about teaching today. I feel a call from the universe which was answered. The job came to me naturally without hardship. I believe in the universe's power to help us and guide us. Am I illusioned? Am I under an illusion? When I see a feather, I feel like an angel is around me. I feel I'm evolving in miracles and that I'm being guided by some unknown but enormous power. Please guide me, and my health is back. I feel more vibrant and energetic. People around me are guiding me and helping me too. I just want to add, I would love to meet you one day. You have an amazing soul. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, God, for having you, and now I can watch you live as well. Regards, Ruby. So, Ruby, thank you very much for those beautiful comments, and thank you for actually telling me and giving me your feedback after reading You Are the Universe. So, let me try and answer your question to the best of my capacity. What we call the universe is an interpretation in our awareness of a sensory perception. Once again, what we call the universe is an interpretation in our awareness of sensory perception. Okay, so that is a word that humans use, universe. But everything that you see around you is a sensory experience. It's a sense perception. And we then interpret that as this universe. By the way, the same is true for your body. Your body is an interpretation of a sensory experience, because you know your body only as a sensory experience. And furthermore, the same is true of your mind. What humans call the mind is an interpretation of thoughts, of feelings, of emotions. The experience is an awareness, and the interpretation of the experience is also an awareness. And you are at the root of it all, you are awareness itself, what we call pure awareness or pure consciousness. So, how does this explanation then apply to your experience, which I would call a coming into the light, after the dark night of the soul? So I'll come to that in 15 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So when we were basically away for 15 seconds, I was looking up St. John of the Cross to see what the famous poem says, and I think I found it. But in the meanwhile, let me tell you what you went through. So what you went through is really, you can say, the dark night of the soul or an existential crisis. An existential crisis occurs when we lose meaning or purpose in our existence. And the meaning and purpose of our existence is derived from our interpretations of experience. So you went through a period where life became meaningless and without purpose because you actually were out of touch with your own self. Because what you call higher consciousness or unknown consciousness is nothing other than your own self, beyond all stories, beyond all narratives, beyond all constructs. Most of the constructs I've said many times, most of the constructs, as I've said many times, are culturally induced conditioned mind. Culturally induced conditioned mind. And so the culturally induced conditioned mind tells us how to conform. And everybody all over the world is in a hurry, in a rush to conform faster than the other. And at some point this leads to what we call existential crisis, which is called the dark night of the soul. So let me read to you a beautiful poem of St. John of the Cross on the dark night of the soul. It's a very famous poem and most of you probably have heard it, but let me read to you. So this is from St. John of the Cross, The Dark Night of the Soul, and it's a translation from the original Spanish. Once in the dark of night, inflamed with love and yearning, I arose, O coming of delight, and went, as no one knows, when all my house lay long in deep repose. All in the dark night, all in the dark, suddenly went right. Down secret steps, disguised in other clothes, O coming of delight, in dark when no one knows, when all my house lay long in deep repose, and in the luck of night in secret places where no one spied, I went without my sight, without a light to guide, except the heart that lit me from inside. It guided me and shone, surer than noonday sunlight over me, and led me to the one whom only I could see, deep in a place where only we could be. O guiding dark of night, O dark of night more daring than the dawn, O night that can unite a lover and loved one, lover and loved one moved in unison, and on my flowering breast, which I had kept for him and him alone, he slept as I caressed and loved him for my own, breathing in air from redolent cedars blown, and from the castle wall the wind came down to winnow through his hair, bidding his fingers fall, searing my throat with air, and all my senses were suspended there. I stayed there to forget. There on my lover, face to face I lay, all ended, and I let my cares all fall away, forgotten in the lilies on that day. So that's St. John of the Cross. You are lucky to have gone through the dark night of the soul and emerged in the light of being or awareness. This being or awareness is beyond all constructs, beyond all stories, and beyond all narratives. This is your own self. And this deeper self is, as I said, pure awareness, infinite possibilities. You are that, and you are also the knower of that. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, you are the field and the knower of the field. Field is kshetra, and the knower of the field is kshetragya. And so when you go past the secret passages and the dark alleys and the ghost-filled attics of your mind, which have given you narratives and constructs that you are embedded in, Judy James says, Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali, everyone. So I said, when you go beyond the dark night of the soul, beyond the secret passages, the dark alleys, the ghost-filled attics of the mind, which have constructed the narratives that you're embedded in, you find your true self. And in that true self is the beloved, is the lover and the beloved as one. You and the divine as one. And from there, you can construct any narrative, find any meaning, any purpose that you choose. And you seem to have done so. Ruby, you have done it. And as a result, both your mind and your body are healed. Ramanand Dixit says, Diwali is a construct. Yes, but a construct that allows us to celebrate and resurrect our being. So, Ruby, you have healed yourself in mind and body. And you heal yourself in mind and body by resurrecting your soul. When you are whole, you are holy, and you are healed. Susan Freeman, have a wonderful time in the mountains. Okay. When you are whole, when you have the restoration of the memory of wholeness, you are holy and you are healed. Until tomorrow, this is Deepak. Remember to send me any questions from this book, You Are the Universe, discovering... oh, Ruby, you're listening. Wonderful. I'm going to send you the link anyway. So thank you for supporting the book, asking questions from here, but you can send me any question by going to info@jayo.com. Thank you, and thanks for checking in.